We're back.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word.
Good morning.
It is quite early. We're in a heat wave and we brought the dog down to the river for a walk. It's obviously been a while. We just haven't felt very creative.
No, we've just been plodding on with bits in the house, haven't we, really?
We just brought him down to the river first thing this morning, go back and have our breakfast and what have you, and then we'll give it a little update.
Yes, we will.
Is it maybe because I never quite where I was, and suddenly you...
So 2 lessons to be learned from this morning. 1, pick up your dog poo. Don't chuck it in the bush. Number 2, take your dog out for a walk when it's not hot. We don't even let our dog out in the garden midday at the moment because it's forecast to be 32 degrees today. So we've had our breakfast now, and I thought to give you a little idea as to what we've done in the last month, I think it is. Don't worry, it'll be an extremely brief update because we haven't done an awful lot. Naturally, it's not going to be very exciting, but we'll keep you up to date because it's our memories as well. This seems to be the best course of action to get Jack out of the sunshine. Get him in the van. I've bought a few new toys as well. I say toys, essentials. Got myself a DeWalt strimmer. We plugged in the old Flymo strimmer that we had in the old house. Took it up the back. Within 5 minutes realised it ain't no good. So I had to go down to Tool Station and pick up this beast. It folds in half for easy storage. Up there was like a jungle. I strimmed it about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe a bit longer. And then my mum and dad came round with Sarah's mum and dad a couple of weekends ago, and the weeds were like up to here. Luckily my dad brought a petrol strimmer because even this thing struggled now and again. But this morning I've got the task of strimming our massive big lawn. It's battery powered. Put it on the right way. We think we might have a buzzard's nest in the trees at the back of the garden. They've been squawking for days, all day, for at least 4 or 5 days. You can see 1 or 2 adults swarming around, and we think it's chicks in a nest because all day they're squawking. But you wouldn't get that in our old house. Buzzards nesting at the back of your garden. Bizarre. I attempted to paint the scabby little fence we've got at the top of the garden as well. Only got halfway through because the heat wave just ruined me. The garage really is still a mess. We've got plans to tackle all that, and even our Welsh dresser that we bought, we haven't touched it yet, but we've got plans to do that. Been battling with the heat today, keeping the dog inside. Give him a frozen licky mat with yoghurt and apple, I think it was. But I'll show you the minor changes we've made to the house so far. Don't worry, there's not many.
So one of the things we've done since we last showed you the house is the living room. We chose green because we like green. and it's very biophilic.
And did we do it ourselves?
No, we paid someone to do it. We just decided that the living room and our bedroom, because we're going to spend the most time in there and they just were a bit crap, we'd pay someone. All the other rooms we'll do ourselves. I think the only thing that's changed is we've put some pictures up on the wall of our travels. As I said, we like green, so why not do the bedroom the same colour? In here, just new bedding, painted the walls and put some little trinkets and bits up. So yeah, I think it's pretty much done in here now.
We obviously had to get Jack on the wall, so this is on the landing. Not forgetting Oscar. But this is in the Cairngorms, Sarah and Oscar walking through the snowy trees in 2020, a month before lockdown.
So then this is the party palace, the room over the garage. So we've done some more bits in this. I think we had a sofa bed last time we showed you, but now we've got 3 sofa beds, so it sleeps 6 people. Alan's kindly put some curtains up, and also I've got a little separate like kitchen section and a little separate toilet section too.
One of the big money items we've done is the new patio. You might not remember, but in the last video, I didn't really point this area out, but I had a bit of a clip where Sarah was walking through and it was just a muddy, gravelly area with a big log store. We had a ton bag of logs delivered and it was about a third full. It was just too much. So we got someone to do as a patio. It's about just over 3 metres by 3 metres. It was meant to be bigger. But the landscaper came across quite a few challenges. 1, running water off the back garden. 2, massive big boulders underground, so he couldn't dig down as much as he wanted to. And 3, there was like a little water outlet thing that was in the way and we didn't want to slab over it. So we said, we'll put some gravel over it. So we're currently in the middle of creating like a border of gravel around the patio to make it look a bit prettier. But we've got a little log store now, big enough for just 1 ton bag. We're going to get another one somewhere at some point. And we've still got the remnants of the back of the original log store. It's concreted into the ground, and I was going to use the back of that to hang stuff off or attach stuff to it. But when we get our outdoor kitchen in September, it's going to have a solid wall, so you won't even see that bit anyway. So it might as well just come out. Question for anyone who has a slightest bit of landscape knowledge. We've got a fairly decent driveway here, but it looks like an old building site. It's just all crushed concrete or something like that, and we really want to make it aesthetically pleasing and less muddy in the winter. We can't dig down because there's so many boulders underground here, like massive big bedrocks. So the idea is, rather than putting gravel on it, because I know loose gravel's just going to migrate and your feet sink into it, has anyone used the crushed, broken up slate? I think slate will fit really well here. If we put like, I don't know, 1 inch or 2 slate over this driveway, will it be like, walking on soft clouds or something like that? If anyone's literally just thrown broken slate over a pathway or a driveway, let me know if it works and it works any good. It's really well compacted, but we just want it to look a bit nicer. If there are any landscapers in the house, feel free to look away now. Look at that. Yeah, boy. So we've buried some stakes into the ground, screwed the pilot hole in the gravel board, and then obviously screwed the gravel board to the stakes. Then I had to cut the top of the stakes off. We can't dig down deep enough for these 60 centimetre stakes to go right the way down. There's just far too much rock. I had an SDS chisel drill on it a couple of weeks ago. Honestly, it's going nowhere. These fucking rocks are like this. Solid, ridiculous. So we're going to have this gravel board going across the front now. Put a weed membrane down, Type 1 MOT, compact that down, blinding layer of sharp sand on top. Got this honeycomb stuff that holds gravel, and then obviously fill that full of gravel, and hopefully it'll be nice and steady for people to step on to get onto the patio. You might see it one day. We'll show you the finished article, but right now we're just plodding along. Shoveling Type 1 MOT into a wheelbarrow between my car and the van. What could go wrong? See, we've made a bit of progress now. We didn't film it because we don't know what we're doing it's hard graft. And people will go, hard graft? You just put a little bit of stuff down? For us, it's quite a challenge because we have no idea what the fucking hell we're doing. We've now got the second gravel board towards the end. I've chopped it down, put some stakes in. I'm going to post concrete the stakes in so that tomorrow morning they're solid. Drill through, connect those stakes to the gravel board, and then finish our Type 1 MOT, sand, weed membrane, Type 1 MOT, sand and gravel, and we'll have gravel all the way across the front and it'll look shit.
And what are we having now?
Oh, and we've it's nearly 5 o'clock now, so obviously we're having a barbecue. And I've bought some, this might not interest some people, but I buy quite a bit of beef from a place called Meat Matters. I think he's down near Swansea. A lot of ex-dairy beef. I cover it quite a lot on me barbecue YouTube channel. Don't think I've mentioned that on this before, but I do a bit of barbecue and it's absolutely stunning stuff. He's now started making sausages. We're going to have sausage and mustard mash. Well, I am. Sarah's going to have Borsan mash. I might have a little beer while I'm doing that as well. And Jack's made his mark.
And you might see that I finally got my chicken. Thanks to everyone who shared links and pictures and everything. But yeah, I've got it now. Yippee!
It's currently Monday morning and we finished with you on Saturday. I think we left you when we were having a barbecue. We made those really nice sausages on Saturday night in the barbecue. Yesterday, Sunday morning, we just got up, started doing this work on the patio about 8 o'clock in the morning before it got too hot. It was about 25 degrees at 8 o'clock. It was just ridiculous, but we just ploughed on, got it done and exhausted ourselves and ended up just doing next to nothing. We had another barbecue last night, did some nice pork chops. Obviously watched the Liverpool-Preston game, and obviously we'd like to thank the Preston North End fans for giving a beautiful memorial service to Diogo Jota. I'm sure you've all heard about it. Obviously we were a bit devastated.
It's beyond tragic. It's just, yeah, it's awful.
He played with the heart on his sleeve, he was brilliant.
We'll miss him, obviously. Obviously, you want to see a player fighting for the club, for the bag that they love.
He was a wonderful gift in football there.
With that sort of player, you can change the game like that.
Probably one of the best finishers I've ever seen, and I love him.
And then we watched the England women thrash Wales women, even though we're in Wales. But this morning is Monday. We've finished our patio, so we've put a nice gravel board edge in with all the different layers and then the gravel on top. At the end, it's a bit of a challenge for the landscaper, let alone us. So we have water running off this hill behind us down the side of our patio towards the road. You can't really interrupt that because the water will just cause havoc. So we couldn't really have like a solid gravel edge. So we just had to basically create a bit of a rockery to make it look a bit more natural, but still allow the water to run underneath it. It looks a bit rough and ready, but we're not bothered about that. I'm quite proud of it. We're going to do the same on the path up the top of the steps, but I've ordered some timber to replace the steps first as well. And what we're going to do today is not a lot on this, because we're packing the van and we're going away. It's been a while. Find a campsite down the road. If it's as good as we think it is, this is going to be an absolute belter, and if it's any good we'll show you, but just maybe in the next video. I did actually film a couple of clips of me doing different bits from previous weeks. I think me and Sarah jumped on to tell you about our amazing gardening skills. Do you remember us showing you on the last video before, I don't know when it was, we had some little hazel trees from the garden centre and we had a helianthus, sun station. I'm sure it was called Sun Station. It was basically a little tiny sunflower. We're not sure if it's doing okay or not. We won't mind some of your feedback. Just point it out for the folks at home in case they don't recognise it.
It's this here, isn't he doing well?
I also took the camera up the back garden because I thought, I'm going to get myself some free firewood, and there's loads of logs up there. And the size of this. And I also made some bread.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love.
You sit closer to the camera so I look smaller.
Yeah, that's just a little update on what's been going on in our life so far.
We have kind of discussed that this isn't going to be a very regular thing, Buzz at Home, but we will if nothing else, for our documentation in the future, we want to see our house change, and we've got so many plans to change it.
Yeah, we've always said even the travel inside was always for our memories, so this is just more for our memories. So yeah, we're off actually on a little trip now. We're going to pack the van up and hit the road, aren't we?
Yeah, we're unlikely to be away in the van after this trip until after kids' summer holidays.
I got a cruise at the beginning of August to the fjords for a week with my mum, my dad, my sister and my cousin.
And I'm going to be at home cooking barbecue for one. But we are in between going to still explore day trips and what have you. So much countryside and idea to explore. It's bonkers, mate.
So yeah, that's us. So ta-da.
Catch it in the next one, eh?
Toodle pip.